What's going on, everybody? All right, I was reading this article on CoinDesk. It says here, Ripple is on a winning streak, but the game isn't yet won. It's talking about the SEC lawsuit. Okay, they won that the token is not a security. They got the civil charges dropped on the two top executives. Now the last part is they got to pay the fine for selling the unregistered securities, the tokens that, because the way they sold them constituted a security. Okay, whatever. I want to tell people that they're feeling like, oh my God, but what if the settlement's this price or that price, whatever. And I'm like, that's already factored in. You need to understand something. One thing about Ripple, unlike a lot of other companies, all of Ripple's partners that need them to succeed are all banks. So they're not going to come short with money not at all. It's one of those things where they have the money to pay that out. That's the last piece we're waiting on. That could happen this week. You know, should the SEC fine them for what they did and whatever like that? If they sold it like unregistered securities, yeah, that's what the SEC's supposed to do, because they weren't supposed to do that. You know, they did it. Maybe they thought it was no big deal. Maybe they thought they can get away. Maybe they didn't even know. But at the end of the day, that's how it is, you know. So they have to pay the fine, whatever. So they'll pay the fine. And once the fine is done, which they can get their hands on, money, like no problem. When they go public, because they are going to go public, do you know what that's going to do for the price of XRP? Think about this for a second. And an IPO on Ripple puts it on the map, puts it on the NASDAQ, makes it public, makes it something like you can't ignore it anymore. Right now, it's a little private company that sold unregistered securities to drum up money. And it's been in a battle with the government. Once that's all behind it, once that thing goes big board, once that thing turns around and has, I don't know, $100 stock or $75 stock or $300 stock, it may be one of the biggest IPOs ever. There's no way of knowing. But understand something. As far as them having the money to pay the settlement, they're not a little tech startup anymore. Not by a long shot. Not with the people and entities they have around them now. So just understand, that's the easiest money in the world. Didn't I say that before? I said when the lawsuit ends, you're going to see a bump up in price. It hasn't even ended and it just had the bump up. We're just waiting for the last piece for the payment to be done and the press releases to be done. But that's it. Once that hits, woo, sweet baby Jesus. All I'm saying, but I wouldn't worry about that fine. That'll be like a parking ticket to Michael Jackson. These people are Ripple's paid, so have no fear. They're not like AMC. We're gonna go broke. We're gonna go bankrupt. Yeah, okay. Giant love.